wonderful to be working with you. Um, I wonder whether there's anything that you need to do or to say in order to get fully present in the room.
Yeah, I think recently I had a big problem in my family. So my mom sick. My mom very sick. She should got cancer
Mm.
in lung, and currently the stage is very late. Yeah, so and because basically she is very weak. His weight is only around 40 kilo.
Oh,
So very thin. Yeah, so which means few therapy can be applied on her.
mm,
Yeah, of course, we are still looking for all kinds of therapy methods to see if there's any possibility to, you know, to treat her.
mm,
But the whole process is very suffering, and of course I'm very sad because I'm very close to my mom, and I'm the only child of my parents.
mm.
So I hope I hope this demo can help me to be stronger, to be, you know, because currently my energy level is very low. So
Yeah.
someone can help me to get my energy level to higher, and because I believe only I'm stronger. I'm strong. I can help my mom. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I'm
that's
so sorry to hear about your mum, and I can hear how heartbreaking that is for you as well to watch her losing weight and and what I'm sensing you saying is that you want to stay strong for her. You want to renew your energy, bring your energy back up for
mm,
her.
mm.
And so we have 30 minutes to work together. Um, what would you like to be different with regard to your energy by the time we finish?
Yeah, at least after we finish that, I can feel I maybe will not feel so sad.
Mm.
Be more active, positive. Yeah.
Okay, and when you say more active and positive, what meaning do you make of that?
Uh, because I'm a very rational people, and when I think in problem, I'm very logic. So um so I study, of course, during that time I study a lot of therapy, methods about cancer.
Mm.
All these facts make me feel, well, it's really hopeless.
Mm.
But maybe someone not so logical people, they will think, if in that situation, they may be more positive than me. They believe, basically there's no rational behind it, but they believe they can, conquer the cancer can help their relatives. Yeah. So I guess
And so that's where you'd like to be by the time we finish, believing and more hopeful?
yes,
Mm.
yes.
Okay.
Mm.
And we may not be able to
I know.
rid you of the sadness. Of course, there's going to be sadness in all of this. She's your mum. um, but yes, if we can work on that hopefulness for you and some belief that something might work.
Mm.
Um, and I also hear you saying there's something here about moving out of the logic and yeah, so how might we do this work together today to enable you to leave feeling more hopeful
I don't know. I really cannot figure out the tangible solution. That's why I sit here to looking for.
Yeah. And there may or may not be a tangible solution. That's the logic again, isn't it? So let's see what emerges, and we can dance in, not literally dance, but we can work together to figure out how to increase your hopefulness here.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think we need to cover in order to help you to become more hopeful?
Maybe a different angle to see that case. Yeah, or different perceptions to that.
Yeah.
Which I didn't realize before. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And I know nothing about cancer, so this is going to be all about helping you to figure out new perceptions, new angles to look at this, new ways to find hope. So how, in your experience, how do you work best with a coach? What do I need to know about you, and how to get the most out of this session for you?
You mean my experience in coaching? Or well, I joined the EMCC course. Yes, so basically I understand some fundamental basic methods of not coaching, mentor. Yeah.
Okay. So today is not mentoring. Today is more purer coaching. And so it is tapping into your wisdom and your inner knowing. Yeah. Okay. And so how can we get to your inner knowing?
Wow. My inner knowing. Maybe yeah, I don't know. Maybe I need to talk with someone who is more wisdom or experience on this kind of thing. So during the conversation, we can come up with different angle, different thoughts. Yeah, maybe that can help me. Yeah.
Okay, so there's an action that you can take coming out of this session already, talking to somebody more wise or who knows more about cancer. Do you have a sense of who that might be?
Yeah, of course. Actually, my mom is kind of Christian, so yeah, there's some bunch of friends in the Christian group. So I also know some of them, and even my I call her Auntie Mao. Yeah, and she is very experienced, and she is also a cancer carrier. Yeah. So of course she has some walkable therapy to control it now, and she's very good. So I'm keeping talking with her a lot, like one hand I mean, one hand, I can get a lot of experience, treatment experience from her. The other hand, also I can get some spirit energy from her, and how to, how to look at life, how to release yourself. Yeah, this kind of thing. Yeah.
And what's important to you about the spirit energy?
Yeah, it's very important. I think I cannot, sink myself into sadness. If you sink myself into sadness, then you cannot do anything. You don't have energy to find a solution, to talk with doctor, to even to comfort my mom. I don't have that energy. I have to, come up, help myself come out of the sadness. Then I can help my mom. Yeah, to do these kind of things. Yeah. So that's, I believe, is very important.
And I wonder whether you might be willing to just lean into that sadness for a moment or two and really feel that sadness and feel where it resides in your body. And go there now. Would you be willing to just lean into that?
Just lean to that.
Yeah. Or to just feel the sadness.
Yeah.
Now. And that as you feel it, I know you're trying to avoid it rather than feeling it, but as you kind of feel where that is for you, I wonder what it speaks to you. What does it say? What does the sadness say about spiritual energy?
Maybe. I didn't try it, but I tried to learn some kind of meditation with other people. One of my friend, he used to teach me. Maybe I can try kind of meditation. But in that meditation, you feel your sadness.
Would you be willing to just feel it now? Do this, just feel the sadness now. I know we're doing a demo, so people are watching, and you may not wish to as part of the demo. So you can
If
say,
I feel my sadness, I'm going to cry. So I
and the tears are absolutely welcome here. Totally welcome, because they have something to say. But it's your choice. Do you want to feel it here and now?
I feel it.
Yeah. And so if those tears could speak, what would they say?
They're going to say to me, you have to be strong. Although it's very sad, but you have to be strong.
And why do they tell you that you have to be strong?
So now I'm the only support of their family.
Yeah, I feel that with you. And so what does it mean to you to be strong?
I feel like if I can strong enough, then I can conquer my sadness, and I can help my mom. But on the other hand, I can conquer the sadness itself. Yeah, because the feeling of sadness is really is still really bad.
Yeah. And that's very human,
Mm.
very natural. So you've got the sadness and it's telling you, be strong. You can be strong. You are the supporter of the family. So what, as that sole supporter of the family, what does that mean for you to be strong?
You have to be strong so that you can, because my mom and my dad, they are old, and I still have a little girl. She's still small, little. Yeah, she's still little. So yeah, all of them basically count on you, count on myself.
Yeah.
Mm.
And if you were being strong, what would that look like?
I basically can manage all kinds of things besides my mom's, sickness or illness. I also can take good care of kids, take good care of my dad, yeah, take good care of the whole family, small things, eat, sleep, housing, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what good care means for you. All of those things. So we're about halfway through our time together. What do you know now that you didn't know at the beginning of our session?
Mm. I know maybe sadness itself also can have some power. Yeah.
What else do you know?
Well, what I'm doing, talking with my Auntie Mao, talking with my learn meditation from my friend, looking for all kinds of solution or therapy solution. All right. All right thing I'm doing.
Yeah, you talked at the beginning about being active. That sounds active.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. And so in our second half of our session then, what do we still need to figure out in order for you to leave here feeling more hopeful?
Maybe I should change a bit on the perception, change a bit my perception on life. Some of my friends actually told me you should be sometimes something, you basically cannot change. It happens, it happens. Yeah. So when it happens, maybe you should let it go.
That's hard. I can see in your face. It's hard to accept.
Yes. For me, so far, it's still very hard for me to accept.
Yeah. Yeah, she's your mum.
Yes.
Let it come.
Thank you.
So that's hard for you to accept. And so maybe that's not the different angle that you want to embrace. I wonder if there's another different perception that feels more aligned with who you are. what you believe.
Sorry, what I believe.
Yeah. So if that one about letting go and these things happen, that just doesn't resonate with you. So what does resonate with you as something that might help you to have more hope?
Maybe no matter what kind of therapy I'm looking for, maybe during this time I should try my best to make my mom happy. Yeah, do something she like with her and spend more time with her. Yes.
And how does that feel when you say that out loud?
Be honest, it still make me sad, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because yeah, the happier the time you spend with her, and the more sorrow you're going to feel when it disappeared. It disappears. Yeah. But nothing can help it. I have to face that. It has happened. This is the fact. I cannot be blind to this and say, okay, I'm still happy, and I I have to face it.
Yeah. And so if you face it, what does that give you? Fully facing into it.
Yeah. So that's why I say I have to be strong. When you face it, then when you want to still grab the last chance or the very slim chance, it needs energy. Yeah. So I have to strong, and I have to control my emotion. Don't let the sadness beat myself, so that I can I can grab maybe a little chance for my yeah, it's not coming back.
You're there again. I can see you.
It's coming back.
So I'll ask you the question I asked earlier again. What do you know now that you didn't know at the beginning?
Wow. I know maybe I'm strong enough. Already strong.
Yeah. And what's giving you that feeling of strength? What is that?
Feel more energy. Yeah, the energy level is higher. Yeah. And release maybe. Also, before I was afraid maybe I'm not strong enough, but now I feel okay. I'm not so weak as I think. Yeah, I'm a strong girl. Yeah, so a little bit happy on that. Yeah.
Ah. So what was the shift that enabled you to see that you are strong?
When we talk about the things I'm doing and all the efforts I've already done and the feeling, you know, the feeling when I face my sadness a little bit, it made me feel actually I'm I am strong. Yeah, I can save myself from my sadness. Mm.
So, um, what are you going to do differently, or how are you going to be different as a result of what you've discovered today?
Mm. I think after that, maybe I will not spend much time in my sadness. Yes, I can face, I still I can honestly face my sadness, but I will not, let me be in the sadness for a very long time. Yes, and spend more my energy and the time on the more valuable things, like talk with people, talk with my mom, spend time with her, and looking for some still talk more experienced people about cancer,
Yeah,
etc.
yeah.
Mm.
So I really hear the change in your energy levels as we draw this to a close, and I wonder how you might um, sustain this level of energy that you've now discovered.
I will. I hope I will.
Is there anything you need to put in place to be able to sustain it?
um, I think talk with someone time to time. Yeah, someone who more experienced or more um, mentally strong people. Yeah, that's one. The other thing, I think I need to do some sports. I don't know. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
every maybe every morning I should run for 10 or 20 minutes. Yeah, to get some energy from the nature, from the environment.
Yeah. Mm. Your body will thank you. And your brain, your mind will thank you. I
Yes,
imagine. Yeah.
yes, exactly.
So what have you learned about yourself today?
um, well, I think the energy is in everyone's body. I mean, in yourself, in myself, is in myself,
Mm.
and it may be beyond what you imagine. Mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
As you said, you're stronger.
Mm,
You are strong. You've
yes.
refound that strength. It's there
Yes.
in you.
Yes.
And what final words of wisdom would you like to give to yourself as we draw to a close?
Believe yourself.
Mhm. Believe
Believe
yourself.
myself. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Mm,
Is that a good place to end?
yeah.
Thank you so much for bringing this. I feel honored that you trusted in this process to help you to figure this out. So
Yes.
thank you.
Also, thank you. Yeah, Claire.
You're welcome.
Very thankful.
Lovely. So our recording is done. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much for volunteering. It's been lovely to work with you, and thank you everybody else who's there in the background for setting all this up for us.
Say hi, Claire. Thanks for your sharing.
You're very welcome. We can come back to that that final bit of video when we get to the end of this session in the last 3 minutes or so.
Sure.
But yeah, so we move into any questions you have in.
So dear audience in the Zoom room, so if you have any questions, please put it up because you are in our priority.
Yes, what questions are there? Feel free to either put them in text chat or say them out loud. Or comments, doesn't have to be questions.
Yeah, there's the question from the audience. Yes. So the audience said, there's a book named Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen, right? So most time, to be always thinking type person is nice, but sometimes we can still be touched and we might shed tears. So in today's demo, yeah, she was watching the demo and she cannot help shedding tears. So she's wondering, how do you manage to deal with the button between to switch on or off between being rational and emotional? When you do a demo. Yes.
Love the question. So my belief is that we actually have more wisdom in the emotions and in everything beneath the brain that is really important to tap into. That if we are only going with the thinking brain, the rational, then we are missing out on I don't know what percentage, but a large percentage of our wisdom. So I would tend to lean more into what the emotions and what the body has to say versus what the head has to say. Because being logical and rational is what got us into this in the first place, and we need to figure out how to get out again. And so I will often lean more into emotions, whatever those emotions are. It sometimes that's crying, sometimes it's something else, sometimes it's sadness, sometimes the tears might be of happiness. The other thing to say here is that I was very touched. There was a point in the session where I was feeling quite teary as well. And we're humans, we can be touched by the people that we're working with and the issues that they face. It doesn't mean I was jumping into that hole with her, but I was there was a real I felt so empathetic towards her that it was really touching me as well. So
okay, yeah. Great.
Thank you for that question.
Yeah. 首先呢，Clare 他认为就是刚刚那位观众提出来的问题是挺好的，然后在他的理念中，他相信智慧是产生于由我们的情感，也是由我们大脑中的信念而产生的，所以呢，我们要不断的去挖掘这些智慧。那如果你只是去成为一个 thinking 型的人，那就是思考型的人，或者是理智型的人，那么你将会错过很大部分，但他也不知道是多大部分啊，不能够量化，但是绝对是很大部分的智慧。 那他会更倾向于去让自己抒发出情感，然后倾听自己的身体想要说什么对，而不是只是依赖就是自己的头脑去解决问题。但是呢成为一个很有逻辑的人是首要的，因为我们身处于在那个位置上面，我们要懂得去解决问题，所以说有逻辑性有理性有就是思考性是很重要的。但是呢，第二步我更倾向于就是让自己的情感在工作中挥发出来，无论是什么样的情感，可能我会哭泣，可能我会欢笑，也可能是其他的情感，但是我都会让他们去释放。那Clare 她本身呢是一个非常容易被感动的人，所以说她在此次的 demo 过程中，她其实也是忍不住就差点要哭泣了，就是与这位嘉宾共情了。那他想表达的是，我们都是人类，那我们就是这是我们共有，这是我们就是与生俱来的，也是很自然的事情。那我们要面对这种情感，虽然我不能够全身心或者是设身真正彻底的去跟这位嘉宾彻底共情的，但是我的确在这个 demo 的过程中，我是与他同在的。对 ，yes。
Thank you for translating, Min.
No worries. So,
what other questions or comments have come through?
So we're still waiting for the questions.
Okay. So while we're waiting for questions, I'll say a bit about contract and close.
Yeah, sure. Sure.
To connect with what we had originally proposed for this session. So you may or may not have noticed the questions that I was using at the beginning of the session, the contracting questions, to enable the thinker to get really clear on what it was that she wanted to walk away with. And then at the end of the session, questions that helped her to figure out what she wanted to do or how she wanted to be different as a result of what she had learned about herself. And those are the two areas of coaching where I notice that coaches, I'm watching them, don't always get a very clear session contract and also don't always close well. And so I hope that you saw that in this session. There were certainly, in terms of the measures of success at the beginning, I feel like I could have done more around that. So where would she feel the hopefulness in her body could have been an additional question that I could have asked. But otherwise, hopefully you saw questions like, what did she want to work on? How would she know she got what she needed? What would she like to cover? What was important about that? And how would she like us to work together? And that really helped us to funnel in on what it was that she wanted to walk away with. So that's the partnership, the joint endeavor, but it's also creating this container within which we know what work we are doing together.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. 就是关于在我们等待就是其他观众提问题的期间，那 Clare 就他今天的主题进行了进一步的解释。那今天他主题呢是 Contract and Close， 就是如何开启和结束教练辅导。那关于第一部分 Contract， 那就是如何开启。但正如大家所见到的，在 demo 的时候，在做示范的时候，就是刚刚播放的那段视频，在做示范的时候呢，就是 Clare 他一直在不停的发问，就想要弄清楚他彻底真正想要解决的问题。当在结束的时候呢，Clare 也是通过发问让他了解到，他想要成为什么样的，他想要做什么。那通过他自己身上他学到了什么？那这两个重要的部分 contract and close 就是开启与结束这个是教练中非常两个重要的环节。那有时候我们在教练辅导的时候很明显的开启过程或者是很明显的结束过程，其实它是没有的，是没有那么明显的，也不一定会结束的非常的顺利。但是呢就比如说刚开始他在这段就是给嘉宾做 demo 的时候，他其实本来是可以就嘉宾关于他面对母亲这个问题非常的无助非常迷茫的一个过程进一步深入问，但是他觉得在教练辅导中更有用的是应该他要去首要解决什么，他要去想清楚自己首要第一步去解决什么问题所以说教练他的作用，他的职责是陪伴，是 partnership是一个共同陪伴的过程然后需要我们共同的努力，需要学员和教练共同的努力，然后去创造一个这样的真正的辅导空间，也就是他所说的 container。 Yeah, that's all.
Thank you.
Yeah. So there's question. So what do you mean by container? Is it a kind of atmosphere or it's just a presence in coaching field? Yeah, what is container?
Oh, good question. Well, it's both of those. The environment that we create, definitely, and my presence, definitely. But it's also the boundaries within which we're doing the work. So it's all too easy to have such a vague thing to work on in coaching. You know, they might bring something and if we take it as at face value and don't ask more questions about what's in scope and what's out of scope, then we can end up it can end up feeling too big. So a container is partly about the psychological safety that we create, knowing what it is that we are doing together. But it is about what's in scope and what's out of scope. Good question.
Yes. So, 就是刚刚 Clare 说这是一个很好的问题因为刚刚那位就是他提出的问题是关于刚刚 Clare 在主题中所说的 container， 就是我们说的一个容器，一个空间，它这个东西到底指的是什么呢？是气氛吗？是我们平常说的气氛吗？氛围吗？还是说是一种场域呢？那刚刚 Clare 解释到说，其实它都是有的也是一种氛围，也可能会是一种场域，但是它更多的是一种关于界限的问题，是一个 boundaries， 是一个界限，是我们在工作中怎样去处理这个界限的问题有时候在我们教练工作中可能会有很多模糊不清、模棱两可的事情，就是没有界限的东西需要去解决这是经常会在教练辅导过程中是会出现的。那我们要正确去对待它，然后也不要说明确的去问界限是什么，界限内是什么，界限外又是什么。那所以说我们他所谓的 container 这个空间呀，其实更多的是一种心理安全是一种共同创造的心理安全的空间彼此都知道要做什么，建立心理契约，然后有一个自由安全的空间。对。So there's another question from the Zoom from the chat box.
Mhm.
I found the contracting was made stronger in partnering when you asked how might we do this work together in order for you to feel more hopeful. And also your question, what do I need to know in order to support you to get the most out of the coaching? 然后
Yeah.
这位观众他想说的是，我发现呢，就是开启对话这个东西是可以更加的强大的，在就是教练辅导的就是共同的陪伴过程中，当你通过这种方式去问，比如说 How might we do this work？ 我们为了让你感觉到更加有希望，更加有活力，我们能够一起做些什么？或者是说你也可以问他，为了让你能够就是从中获得最大，在教练辅导中获得更多，那我需要就是知道些什么？对 ，Yes。
Thank you, Lorna, for that comment, and thank you for the one you just put about the book as well. Yeah, I find that question, what do you know now that you didn't know before, helps a person to access the progress that they've already made and to, really own that progress, and then to know, it's handing them the reins to decide then, and where do you need to go next, given what you know now. Yeah. So, Min, we're coming to the end of our time. Could you play that last part of the video?
Yeah, sure.
So that people can, if they choose to, can get to the book, but also there's some QR codes for connecting with me, and I would love to connect with any of you who would like to be connected on LinkedIn in particular, but also there's a link in there to my website. So and we shall therefore say goodbye at this point, just as we start off that last part of the video. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. So back to the video.
So this audience purchased your books both.
Yay. That's good. Hopefully that will encourage other people to buy the book as well. Thank you, Laura, for saying they're so valuable.
OK， 刚刚就是有观众购买了就是这位 Clare 女士的2本书，接下来我们再想给大家介绍一下她的2本著作。好，大家好，谢谢大家的倾听。我相信大家刚刚听完了这一个非常精彩的那个大师的讲座，我相信就是如果你也想成为像 Clare Norman 一样这样的优秀的大师，欢迎您报名参加这个认证导师的课程8月25号开课。那我们的席位是非常有限的，先到先得。那如果您就是和您的朋友都有意愿来参加这个导师认证的课程，有很大的优惠给到您，所以要抓紧时间。接下来还告诉大家一个好消息，那就是我们组织隐形知识管理全球智库 GO-TKM 将在今年的11月12日到14号在瑞士达沃斯举办第2届全球组织隐形知识管理论坛。那在这个论坛上面呢，我们就是有线下通道，也有线上通道。那如果您对此次论坛感兴趣，请扫码关注。那如果您就是如果您实在是有限，就是无法去到现场呢，那我们这一次也独家开放了线上通道，想为你们大家提供一个分享智慧的平台。那在这次的论坛中，你将会学到各行各业的专家以及全球500强领袖他们自身独有的隐形知识和经验价值。所以说趁最后离8月份还有5天，那8月份之前我们是3折出售，线上票3折出售，早鸟票，所以赶紧扫码报名，锁定你的席位。那8月之后将会可能有4折或者是5折， 当然，我们在此次的论坛上面呢，我们还会进行一个颁奖活动，是全球绿色学习大奖。绿色学习呢，所说的是通过保留资深而有经验的人的隐形知识，帮助年轻人和经验就是没有那么深刻的人去快速成长，从而减少学习资源的消耗，改善可持续发展的绿色环境。那我们此次的绿色学习大奖是为了表彰在绿色学习领域取得杰出成就的组织和个人，所以如果您所在的组织，或者您觉得哪个组织，或者是您自己个人觉得对绿色学习有帮助，请报名此次的全球绿色学习大奖。希望在瑞士与您见面，为您颁奖。那在节目的最后呢，希望您就是非常感谢您参加我们的在线论坛，也非常期待收到您关于此次论坛的反馈所以我们请扫下方的二维码，留下您对本次讲座的宝贵意见。在此次讲座的结尾呢，我们是关于下期的预告下期的嘉宾是来自美国的 Michael Streetford 先生，他是 ICF 大师级教练，也是 ICF 的评审官。那他是一家公司名为 Full Being Coaching 的创始人，他也是一本书的作者，名为《百万探索7个自我超越领域》。那下一次呢，他是将西方的教练和导师辅导和我们东方，那就是我们东方的传奇小说《西游记》相结合，为大家带来一场非常精彩的教练辅导的讲座。它的名字是教练辅导，一场可以自我掌握的7天取经之旅。所以到今天为止，我们的讲座就结束了，希望在下次的讲座上能见到您。好，谢谢。